Good morning, knitters. Happy Vlogmas number 17. We're only 7 days away from the end. Thank you so much for joining me. And if I haven't said it before, you probably realize by now that I don't do a vlog every day because I just haven't had time, or there's been people around, or I haven't had anything to say other than showing you my mitered squares. But I will give you the snow report for Central Illinois today. On Tuesday, we started Sunday night. We got into Monday. We got about 4 inches, I want to say. But the roads, of course, my city roads are not so great. But when you get out to the main roads, they're pretty okay. And so are the parking lots. So today it's going to be chilly. Right now it is 18 degrees and going to be about 30. And tomorrow a little bit less tomorrow. So it'll be a little bit cooler for the next couple of days. But come later in the week, it's supposed to be in the 40s, so the snow, I think, will be gone. So that is the weather report for Central Illinois for those who really care. Anyway, I went back to work on Friday for most of the day. I worked yesterday for a little bit of the day because I had a doctor's appointment and had a follow-up, and should not have to see him if everything stays as is. So we're hopeful for that. So that's what's going on here. And then mitered squares. I'm just going to show you. Today is number 17. I shouldn't say I'm just going to show you because I'm not going to just show you. I'm going to show you the last 3. Today is 17. And we'll put it over toward this light because there's not a really good daylight today. And it is a sort of green. And then 16 was one that my friend Debbie gave me. I do remember that. And then on 15, I believe this is one my friend Sue P gave me. She gave me a lot of hers as well. So we have 3 more on the blanket from before. And this is another one that Sue gave me. This was number 14. And I kind of showed the other ones as we go. So Brittany, I wanted to tell you I did do the grams on one of them last weekend. And it's just a little bit less than 4 grams is what mine takes. And it's 44 stitches. And I'm a loose knitter, so I just wanted to give you that heads up. And my squares are about 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And so that's, and this is going to be a soft blanket. And a friend asked me what I was going to do when I was done. And I don't really know. My intention was maybe to give it to hospice, but I may just keep working on it too. So I haven't made a decision because it is a long ways from being done as to where or what it's going to be doing. So last week I had some good mail that I had purchased a couple of bags to add to my collection. And I had pics of them earlier on a vlog this weekend, but I just wanted to show them in person. This is so doggone cute. This is from Molly Klein Design, and I really love her bags. She does the Snoopy one occasionally, and I have to add it to my collection. Isn't that super cool? I just love that old-fashioned truck and Snoopy. So that is a Molly Klein design. And then also for some time I've been dying to get a hold of one of these. This is Multi-Crafty Guy, Matt, and he does them out of recycled men's shirts. And so I thought this one was a cool one that can be all kinds of things could go into it. And he puts a little MCG makes on it, which I thought was super cute. And included back here some stitch markers, which I thought were super, super cool. And so that is Multi-Crafty Guy, made by Matt McCauley. And it's unique. Each bag is uniquely one of a kind. Whenever possible, materials are upcycled. So that was super cool. I was excited to get those last week, and I wanted to show those with you. And other than that, my husband and I have been making peanut butter fudge this weekend. We've made 2 batches. I'm taking the last 2 trays into my gals. I always make peanut butter fudge every year for the gals that work with me and report to me, and then for a good friend as well. And then I will give it to my kids. We have 1 more batch to make, and I will give it to my kids, and then I will take it to a function this weekend, and then after the new year, I'll take it to the Knitwits, and we'll have a post-holiday peanut butter fudge stash. And I just want to tell you a little bit about this this recipe. This is a recipe that was my mother's, who has been passed away, oh gosh, 10 years ago maybe. Anyway, she made the best peanut butter fudge. Everybody loved it, and it was my favorite. And she, even when I was not a supervisor, I would take it and share it with my boss, and his kids would get some. She would make for everybody. She would make for the guy in IT because he really liked it. And it's just a wonderful recipe. My mother was a diabetic, so she, late in life, so she could not eat all of the wonderful candies and things that she would make at Christmas time, but she would make a lot. And she would make this peanut butter fudge recipe and a chocolate fudge recipe that was wonderful. And she would give it to everybody, people at church, and she'd always have a tray there. It was just a delicious, delicious recipe. And so I never really paid a whole lot of attention when she was making it, but I know that I liked it. But after she passed away, we were going through recipes and a lot of things that she had, and I acquired the recipe as I remember it. And it was on some note cards in her handwriting, and she would put little red ticks by it every time she would put one of the ingredients in it. So it has fond memories for me. But what happened was I had never ever made it. And so a couple of years went by, and my friends at work were like, oh, what about Grandma Betty's peanut butter, Penny? Where's that recipe? Couldn't you make it for us? And I could not find the recipes. And I know there was 2 sets, 2 cards, for love or money. I could not find it. And I searched and searched and searched, and I just said to the gals, I said, I don't know where the recipe is. It's gone. I cannot find it. I don't know if I ever had it. I could not remember. So one 4th of July, my aunt was having lunch with us. And what we would do on the 4th of July is for my aunt and my mom, whose husbands had passed away, and they were alone. And they always said that really the 4th of July was the hardest holiday for them without a mate, without a husband, because they always had somebody there, and everybody else was going off and doing potlucks and picnics and fireworks and all of that. So we did, after our kids got grown or older and they didn't want to hang out at the fireworks with us, we decided, well, let's have my mom and my auntie over for 4th of July lunch and afternoon, and they can stay the whole day what they want and go when they want to go home. So they would come and they would have lunch with us on the 4th of July. Well, after my mom passed away, we still had my aunt come because she was still alone, and it still was a hard holiday for her. This particular 4th of July, I was looking for something in one of our roll-top desk drawers, and I was wanting to ask her about it. And as I opened this little drawer, I pulled out the 2 recipe cards on the 4th of July when she would have been there. So, there you go. It was her way of saying, I've been here all along on the 4th of July. Now, when I pulled it out, I looked at the recipe card. I was like, well, yeah, I've seen that recipe card before, but it was for chocolate fudge, and that doesn't tell me anything, Mom, about how to make the peanut butter fudge. That particular 4th of July, as I opened that drawer and looked at that card and took it out, I see in bright red writing, I make the peanut butter fudge just like this, only I substitute peanut butter, 18-ounce jar, for the chocolate chips. Bam. So not only did I find the recipe that I know I had, but I thought it was just for chocolate, and I'm not making chocolate because I wanted the peanut butter. There it was on the 4th of July, a time when she would have been with us, and there she was. Not only did she pull that recipe out for me, but she slapped me alongside the head and said, look at the red. So anyway, after that, I went to work and I told the girls, I found the recipe. I told them the story. And ever since then, I have been making peanut butter fudge for these two gals. And then I started making it for those who report to me. And then one of my assistants' son said, oh, I just love that, Mom. And so then the next year, he started getting fudge, a tray. And then 2 years ago, the daughter's, the son of my assistant was living with them. And he took his to the basement and wouldn't share. And so the daughter's like, well, where's our fudge? So they have been recipients of the fudge ever since. Now, that is the story of my peanut butter fudge. I will say this. It is the one thing that I make, and I make good, because I don't like to bake, I don't like to cook, but I do like to eat all of it. And I've had several people say, can I have the recipe? And I just ignore them because I'm not sharing my recipe. It's the one thing at this point in time that I can make that nobody else makes as well as Grandma Betty. So just wanted to give you that little story along with the holiday season. Brings back great memories every time I eat it, and is so appreciated by those who receive it. So that's all I have for you today on the 17th of December. I hope wherever you're at, it is warm and you're cozy, and I'm just telling you some happy fudge memories on this day. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the Pearl side. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.